Cheesy salespeople only sell things that are not necessarily a solution to the problem. Ethical salespeople only sell solutions that fit the customer's problem. They pull back and they say, sorry, this doesn't meet your needs. Hi, handsome.
How are you, sir?
Always amazing. Can you get in? Yeah. There you go, you're in. Right, that'll work the quads.
That's all right. Good exercise. Hello. How you going? Thanks for my PR, man. Goodness. I'm like, how impressive is that? Okay, what are some of the key things that you learned from your catch up with Gary Vee in terms of leveraging LinkedIn? I know you had a couple posts a couple weeks ago about how LinkedIn, B2B, people aren't utilizing enough. There's lots of potential. What are some key outtakes?
Have you got your phone handy?
Yeah.
I'll show you the best one. I like to show people evidence.
Okay.
So open the LinkedIn app.
Yes.
Go to your news feed. Now scroll your news feed. Look for a post, and it's probably the first, second, or third, or in the first 10 posts.
Yeah.
I want you to find a post that's not relevant to you. Like it's just the content that person has served you is just meaningless in your context.
Okay, I've got one right here.
Okay, so on the top right-hand side of that post, there's 3 dots.
Yeah.
Press that.
Yeah.
Press unfollow.
Okay.
Unfollow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now see the blue button, improve my feed?
Yeah.
Click that.
Okay.
So that has got all of the people that you're following.
Oh, okay.
And under them, at the bottom, it's got how many posts they've done this week.
Right.
Can you see it?
Yep.
How many?
You've done 85, someone's done 36.
I wanted to show you that data.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that Gary has seen is that there is a green field on LinkedIn at about, and I had to validate this with a number. He said there's a green field, like people are not posting enough on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So what we've seen is that, like Business Insider, for example, I follow Business Insider, they're posting every 7 minutes, so they're at 1,200. Right. There's a big gap. There's people that are really struggling to do more than about 300 posts a week. Right. Okay. So that person if they're at 300 now, they probably get up to that sort of 1,200 mark, which is about every 7 minutes. Right. So Gary's comment is that Twitter, LinkedIn, and some other places is people are just not posting enough. Right. Now how that actually manifests when you go back to your feed. Now if you go back to your news feed down the bottom left or wherever it is, or back or whatever. Yeah. Now if you just go back up the top and drag it so it refreshes. New post, yeah. So you just scroll. Was I at the top of your feed there? Yeah. Okay. Do it again. Okay. Now scroll and see where I am in that feed. Second, there you go. Now do it again. Pull it again. No, he's still there. Okay, so your feed's reset itself. Yeah. But the algorithm is not necessarily serving you the content. Like you swipe, you dragged it and it reset. And I was like, actually, I just got a different thing. Now you can keep dragging it on Facebook. I've got Gary. Gary, yeah. There you go. Kobe Simmet likes it. Yeah. So what he's basically saying is a couple of things. Don't assume that everybody sees your posts. Yes. We in my interpretation is like, I don't want to post too much because I'll piss people off. Right. You won't. Because 2 things can happen. One is, next year what's going to happen is people are going to start learning they can unfollow people because they're like, this content's not relevant. Yeah. I want this thing to be a resource for me. Yeah. I'm basically going to start unfollowing people. So that feature of unfollow is as much as like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook sort of drove that, follow as many people as you possibly can. Yeah. Now we're following thousands of people. Yes. And it's like, well, I can't read it all. Yeah. So people consciously, if you just talk about the adoption curve, that's the very beginning of the adoption curve of the concept of unfollowing. Okay. Because I can only consume this much data. Yeah. And so it's like a wave coming. It's like the tide coming in and going back out again. The tide's just starting to go back out. Right. Which is people are going to improve their feeds. Okay. That maps against his statement. Organic reach is going to drop next year. Okay. Gotcha. So organic reach is at the moment it's just like serving the piece of content to people. Then it maps against his next statement, which is the market will decide. So people will only follow the content that they want to follow.
Yeah.
That's meaningful for them, solves their problem, whatever that might be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So without the, so I executed on one comment. He said one word.
Yeah.
More. He said to me more. So, and he wrote a note in my book, in my diary thing, and he said, in my day book, and he just said, you remind me of me, do more. So then when you add all those things together and you say, what is he seeing that we can't see? Yeah. He's doing more posting than us, and he's encouraging us to do more posting, because what he's actually starting to say is, I can see stuff, I can't explain it, but I'm saying just post more, then you'll see what I see, basically. So in terms of his debrief, that's the I'll explain the whole program, but that was on the social media thing from a LinkedIn perspective.
Yeah.
He didn't want to talk to us about that, but he did. He talked to us about it because it was like Dean Graziosi, you know who he is?
No.
Dean Graziosi wrote a book called The Millionaire Success Habits. He's like, sell them what they want, but give them what they need. Okay. So what Gary Vaynerchuk is actually doing is trying to sell us what we want. You want to hear about LinkedIn, but actually what we need is we need to spend 4 hours talking about empathy.
Right.
So we spent the first half of a 2-day session in Sydney talking about empathy and how do you deploy empathy 360 in your organisation.
Okay, yeah.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. There's an interesting piece of data around, everybody's one Google search away from success.
Yes, yeah, okay, yes, I've heard this. Yeah, I've heard this. Yeah.
So if you go, hearing you say, actually your business is not different, it's the same. I've looked at lots of them. As a salesperson, to go into sales, so if you go from marketing mode to selling mode, first thing you need to say is, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, absolutely. It's different. Okay, let's get on with the process that works. Not, you're the same. It's like, I agree with you, you're different.
Yeah.
Now let's get on with the process that works. The process that works is blah, blah, blah. So, which, we go down a rabbit line there, but here's the interesting thing around listening to support that theory. If everybody is a Google search away from success, then why are they still buying services? The keyword is service. You can't get service from Google. So when you talk about business to business, it's predicated on service. Even, or anything really, at the end of the day, whether it's buying from the Iconic online or anything like that, the reality is the service component. When am I going to get it?
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to do it myself. So I've got to buy the services. So I think that's really interesting. So then if you reverse engineer your concept of listen slash, I interpret that as don't go to the coffee meeting and say what's on your mind. Maybe you go to the coffee meeting with so what's on your mind, but you already know that you know what's on their mind, potentially. It's going to be one of 10 things. Yeah. You're guessing, but you think, right, it's a hypothesis, not an opinion. My hypothesis is based on working in this industry because these are the people I seek to serve. I choose these people and I seek to serve them. Then we're saying, okay, well, I already know that it's going to be one of these 10 things. So when I say what's on your mind, I need to know which one it is, because then that's going to tweak my presentation. So it's not show up and throw up. Yeah. It's, okay, hey, what's on your mind? They want to feel heard. They want to feel heard that their business is different. They want to feel heard that they've got challenges. They want to feel heard that there's those things going on. And then we can say, okay, just confirm that I'm on the right path. I think I've got this figured out. Where are we at? Is this your problem? Is this your context? Have I heard you? I agree it's a bit different. It's related to your industry. Okay, so ethically, how do we make sure that our solution maps against your problem? Because you're chucking money at it. That's what we're talking about, right? We're asking people, can you throw money at me? Because I can solve your problem. I'm going to hospital. I'm not. I'm going to hospital because I'm about to die. You throw money at it. You throw money at the insurance policy so that so I think that is that's something to consider.